This is this week's reading passage. It's called Canyon Country. This is the passage and the questions. Make sure that you put your last name. Obviously, your last name starts with a capital letter. Make sure you put your first name. Your first name starts with a capital letter. And choose who your teacher is. Passage, Canyon Country. Canyon Country, Utah. Sarah had wanted to hike there ever since she'd seen pictures of it. Finally, she talked her parents into camping there in their RV, but now it seemed all they did was eat, sleep, watch movies, and roast marshmallows. The marshmallows were fine, but while her parents slept in after staying up late to watch the latest Tom Cruise film, Sarah rose with the birds. One morning, she gazed around. Gorgeous! She wasn't about to miss another early morning hike. She'd have to go alone. Sarah opened the RV door and called for her dog. Kip! The chocolate lab ambled over to the steps. Let's go hiking! Kip whimpered and stared longingly at the RV door. Cassie's not coming, Sarah explained, referring to her little Scottish terrier. She's still sleeping with Mom and Dad. Besides, you're big, so you can frighten away wild critters. The rocky trail spiraled through canyons, then up to an outcropping that intrigued Sarah. Are those native ruins up there? She wondered. The pair had climbed hardly a quarter of a mile when they stopped short. Some 50 yards ahead, a cougar stood in the middle of the trail. Kip trembled at Sarah's side. What to do? Make herself look big. That's all she could remember from what she'd read in nature books. Suddenly, Cassie appeared out of nowhere, barking her tiny head off. Whether the cougar was startled or just not hungry, Sarah didn't know. The cougar hurried up the cliff into a thicket of manzanita bushes. So I guess my parents are awake now, said Sarah, hugging Cassie as they followed the scent of coffee. Glad you're up, she said, arriving at camp. Cassie scared away a cougar. Okay. Question 1. What is the author's main purpose? D. To persuade. C. To inform. B. To express. A. To entertain. Question 2. How did Sarah's dogs react differently to the cougar? D. Kip startled the cougar. Cassie chased it up a cliff. C. Kip made himself look big. Cassie looked tiny. B. Kip frightened the cougar. Cassie made noise. A. Kip was scared. Cassie acted bravely. Question 3. What lesson does Sarah probably learn? D. Reality is not as good as what you expect. C. It is important to be prepared for anything. B. You can accomplish a lot if you start early. A. Nature is most beautiful at sunrise. Question 4. Which proverb is a theme of this passage? D. Don't judge a book by its cover. C. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. B. Beauty is only skin deep. A. Let sleeping dogs lie. Proverbs, guys, are like idioms. They're phrases that are used in everyday language. They're figurative language. Think about the dogs, Kip versus Cassie, their size. That's what you want to think about. All right, do your best and click submit when you're finished. Talk to you later.